Welcome to the Tech Walk for the ITM New Zealand Sail Grand Prix. We are here at the Rapaki Marae for a Pōwhiri, which is a traditional welcoming ceremony. We're so privileged to see this stunning backdrop as our racecourse for this weekend. Blair, we're back in New Zealand. How good does it feel?
Oh, so good. We've just finished the official Pōwhiri, a great welcome by Ngāti Wheke. Yeah, team's pumped. Racing at home, we race all over the world for the rest of the year, but this is the one weekend we get to do in front of home fans.
And what makes this venue so fun to race on?
Yeah, well, apart from being at home for us, which is already going to be epic, it literally is one of the best, if not the best venues we go to. Whakaropo or Littleton Harbour is like a natural amphitheatre, hills on both sides. Last year the wind lined up, blew out of the nor'east, and it actually looks very similar again this year. So yeah, with that, 10,000 fans watching right on the shore side there, it can't get much better. So yeah, we're pumped to get into it.
We love an Aussie-New Zealand rivalry. Aussies are looking pretty good. You guys are looking pretty good for that final as well, but you saw them win on home waters. How much do you want it here? Oh
yeah, nothing more than trying to win in front of our home fans. Yeah, and we got a bit of redemption after Sydney. We sailed a great weekend and just let ourselves down on that last start when we had it sitting in front of us. So it was pretty painful to watch them win on home waters when we knew we could have been the ones doing it, but that's the way it goes. We made a mistake and we paid the ultimate price for it. So yeah, to turn that around this weekend, put on a good show for our home fans, it'll be epic. And
Pete's back on the wheel. You're looking forward to that?
Yeah, Papa B back. So got the full squad back into it. Yeah, he's ready to get into it, and yeah, the team's feeling good. So just looking forward to getting out there now.
Well, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the crowds cheering you on as well.
Oh, we absolutely will, thank you.
I'm back on the tech site now and things are looking pretty cramped here. We've got 2 F50s per Team 10. We're outside Team Switzerland. I am trying to grab their new driver, Nathan Atteridge, to see how he feels to be back on the wheel. Well, Nathan, we caught you on the move, but so exciting. You're back in the red, back with the Swiss team and on the wheel.
Yeah, yeah, really cool. You know, it's nice for Seb to put the trust in me to drive the next few events, and it'll be nice to do a lot of events back to back as opposed to just jumping in and out. So yeah, hopefully we get some good weather in Christchurch and some good sailing.
Now, obviously Seb's off to try win a gold medal, which you've got one of. How do you think he's going to go?
I think he's in really good shape. You know, he won a silver medal at the Worlds last year. He was bronze at the test event. He just came in the top 5 at the last Worlds, and you know, that final 6 months push is really important, and to be flying around the world trying to do 2 things at once is pretty hard to manage. So I think he's been thinking long and hard about the decision making on how to best get an Olympic medal, and I fully support what he's doing. I think anyone who's trying to win a medal knows that final push is really important, so I wish him all the best.
Well, I know you're busy, but how much are you looking forward to getting in front of that crowd, that grandstand? It's not a home event for you, but it'll still be pretty awesome.
It's a great spot here, Christchurch, for sailing. We saw how good it was last year, and you know, 10,000 grandstand seats out there, and they bring the racing super close to shore. So yeah, hopefully we get some good easterlies and some good racing in, and you know, for me, I'd just love to get out and do some training the next couple of days and make sure we're ready for the weekend.
Well, enjoy the training and have a good meeting.
Yep, thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, Nathan. I've just spotted the Australian flight controller. I'm going to see how he's feeling ahead of this weekend, coming off the back of a win in Sydney. Jace, you're coming off the back of a win in Sydney, but now you're on enemy turf. How's it feel?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously very happy to have the win, and it meant a lot to be able to do it at home, but I think it almost meant more to do it here in New Zealand waters. So yeah, a bit of motivation going into this weekend. And
last year's final was pretty epic here. These grandstands we've been looking at are amazing. Do you think you're going to hear the cheers or a little bit of booze?
Probably a bit of both. Probably more booze, but we'll block that out. But no, we heard it's a sold-out crowd, which is amazing, and the backdrop here is incredible. So not quite as good as Sydney Harbour, but is definitely one of our favourite venues on the calendar.
And it's absolutely beautiful. It's windy here. It gets a little bit choppy. Is it fun as a flight controller out there?
It's a bit daunting at times, and I think the forecast for Sunday is going to be pretty intense. So I mean, that's why we do that role. We love it, and we're really excited to push the boats.
Well, have fun this weekend. Good luck up against the Kiwis.
Thanks. We won't need it.
Hi guys, it's Friday and I'm back. I'm about to head out on the water for our broadcast rehearsal, which is also official practice day for the F50s and the Sailors. As you can see, the breeze is up. It's a little bit chilly. I'm so excited to see how the teams fare on this race course, and I will be back on shore later to check in with the Sailors and see how they're feeling ahead of the weekend. Well, I'm back on the tech base after some exciting practice racing. The British and the Spanish, they're pretty close quarters here on the tech site. They're sharing bases, but they got pretty close out there on the racetrack with the collision. I'm going to chat to both teams to see what their side of the story was. Well, Diego, it was practice racing, but it was a little bit eventful finish for you.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to crash on a practice day, no? And we had a very unfortunate situation with the Brits. Where we were coming on starboard and they didn't see us. And yeah, in those situations it's super hard to judge if they saw you or not and if they are going to react. No? And when we saw that the crash was going to happen, we started turning to avoid the crash, but it was impossible. And yeah, I mean, I just feel a bit weird about it because yeah, you never want to, even though you don't get points, you never want to crash on a practice day.
But until that point, how was the team going? It was really tough sailing out there. We got a different direction tomorrow, but was it still good practice for your team?
Yeah, it was an incredible practice day today with very tough conditions. It was windy at times, but it wasn't the wind strength, it was the shifts and the changes of pressure what made it very hard, and it was a hard course also. And yeah, perfect for training. We pushed, we have a lot of stuff to analyze, and yeah, it will be good in the future for us the day we have.
Well, I hope the boat's okay and you're all set to have a great race day tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Hannah, pretty rough day for you and for the team. Maybe tell us what happened to you first and then we'll get on to the team.
It was a really tough day, yeah. We got out there and the wind was just shifting all over the place. The puffs were really hard hitting, so it was just making it really hard to sail the boats. And yeah, unfortunately for me, just before the start of race one, we went into attack, and as I was crossing the boat, we kind of bore away for a shift and the boat disappeared from under me, and I just sort of flew with my knees into the side of the boat. And luckily I think we're okay, no major damage, just a lot of bruising.
And obviously it was such a difficult race course. As you said, it was so shifty for the team. Giles being relatively new in any breeze, pretty tough for a driver, and also Hannah Diamond stepping in as a strategist.
Yeah, it was really thrown in at the deep end for Han, stepping on to take my role for the day. So that was really hard. And yeah, honestly, the conditions were so hard for everyone. I think we kind of see in the racing, everyone's having a tough time just keeping the boats in the water. So yeah, it was not easy.
I'm not sure if you saw the collision between your team and the Spanish. Maybe just talk it through from your eyes.
Yeah, I did. I have just seen it, and there's just such blind spots on the boats. You know, it's really, really hard to see through the wing, and just when there's that much going on and people's attention are elsewhere, and obviously, you know, Han stepping on really last minute, and it was just hard. And unfortunately, no one saw the Spanish and just saw them at the last minute. The Spanish just saw us at the last minute, and you know, both boats did massive avoiding action, and luckily no one hurt. The boat's pretty much unscathed, and yeah, but it's not nice to watch.
We heard a couple of penalty points will be dished out, which is rough for your team, for the season standings and all that. How hard is that to really take?
Yeah, it's really tough, but you know, it's the rules, and we want to keep the boats apart. They're going incredibly fast, and you know, we don't want to see anyone getting hurt. So yeah, is what it is.
Well, I hope you ice the knee, look after it, and we'll see you back racing soon.
Yeah, thanks, Liz.
The French team show they love these shifty, gusty conditions. They had a fantastic day of practice. They are just cleaning their gear and getting ready for tomorrow. Let's have a chat and see how they feel ahead of the weekend. You guys had an awesome day out on the water. Was it fun to be able to play those shifts and find the gusts around that course?
Definitely, yeah. It was pretty tricky and, like as you said, pretty gusty and shifty. And but that was pretty funny, and we had like pretty good time on the water, yeah.
And obviously there's so much that goes on with moving the foils and the wing and stuff when it's like that. It's just everyone has to do more.
Yeah, exactly. Like obviously you have to trim all the sails and like the foils way more, like in a bigger span, and it's pretty like a teamwork like on the boat today.
And you guys obviously have thrived in those conditions in the past. Are you looking forward to the rest of the weekend here in Christchurch?
Yeah, I think the rest of the weekend are going to be awesome. Tomorrow might be a little bit windy, lighter, but I think Sunday it should be like today.
Well, you didn't get out training yesterday, but you did do some land sailing.
Some land sailing.
And on the blue carts.
No. On the you mean on blue carts? Yeah. It was super fast. Like it was as fast as today. I mean, it was pretty funny to do this just before the race. Yeah.
Was it fun or were you able to use all your sailing skills?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think we're all competitors, you know, so it's pretty cool to like fighting each other still on the land.
Awesome. Well, have a great weekend, and thanks for chatting with me.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. See you.
Well, it's time for my predictions this weekend. With the forecast and what I saw in practice racing today, it is France that is going to get into that final for the first time this season. They're going to sneak in third. I think the Aussies, they are on form as well. I really couldn't pick it, but I'll have to give them second because I think those Kiwis, they're looking... Actually, no, I don't know. It's so hard. Australia will come second, and I think New Zealand will... they didn't perform that well today. They were okay, but I think the home crowd will bring them home and they'll take this win. Well, that's it for the Tech Walk. Thanks for joining me once again. If practice racing is anything to go by, we're in store for some very exciting racing. I cannot wait to see those grandstands packed and what is in store for this weekend. I'll see you soon for the debrief.